Imagine being called out of your daily life by a man you barely know, not by a stranger with influence or wealth, but by a wandering preacher with no possessions, no guarantees, only a gaze that pierces into your soul. His life was predictable, sturdy, rough but secure, and yet, in an instant, he left it behind. No negotiations, no delay. He and his brother John followed Jesus. Why? Because something in that call resonated deeper than reason. It was a call to truth, and James was brave enough to say yes. That was the moment when James, son of Zebedee, heard the words that would change his life. Follow me. He was one of the three who witnessed the raising of Jairus' daughter. It is a path that demands everything. It is about saying yes not just once, but every day, even when the cost is high. At one point, he and John asked Jesus for seats at his right and left hand in glory. His life shouts to us through history. Do not be afraid to follow, to let go, to step into the unknown when God calls. His witness pushes us to move, to respond, to be bold. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, because each day we bring the stories of saints who can light a fire in your soul. Because in the end, it's not about being perfect, it's about being willing. The same Jesus who looked at James on the shore of Galilee is looking at you now. Tradition tells us he traveled to Spain, spreading the message of Christ at the edge of the known world, and eventually, he became the first apostle to be martyred. Herod Agrippa had him executed with the sword. His blood was the seed of courage for the early church. They still thought like men seeking status. Jesus didn't shame them, but asked them, "Can you drink the cup I drink?" And James said yes. He didn't fully understand what it meant, but that yes would shape his destiny. He stood on Mount Tabor at the Transfiguration, catching a glimpse of divine glory. And he was there in Gethsemane, just before the Passion, when Jesus prayed in anguish and asked his closest friends to stay awake with him. James was invited into the most intimate and painful moments of Christ's life. James was a fisherman, used to the rhythm of the sea and the scent of nets drying in the sun. Among the 12, James held a special place. But being close to Jesus didn't mean James was perfect. Far from it, he was passionate, impulsive, and ambitious. The Camino de Santiago is not just a physical journey. It is a spiritual echo of James' own journey, one of surrender, courage, and deep love. James would indeed drink from that cup. After the resurrection, he became a bold preacher of the gospel. His body, according to tradition, was brought back to Compostela in Spain, where millions of pilgrims have walked for centuries. St. James reminds us that following Christ is not a theoretical idea or a set of moral guidelines. We often want a tame Christianity, something convenient and respectable. But James didn't follow Christ for comfort, he followed him for truth. So, let's ask, what nets are we still holding on to? What familiar shores are keeping us from walking the road of transformation? St. James is not just a relic of the past, he is a challenge for the present. If this story of St. James moved you, share it. Someone in your life may need that same courage today. Let St. James' journey become your own. Take the step, drink the cup, follow.